All right, I'm here with Chase Peak. Chase, tell me a little bit about what you expect today.
I think it's going to be a grind. I mean, I think you're going to have to bounce around a little bit, and you're going to have to catch a fish here and there, and hopefully it's a good one. I mean, it's going to fish tough just because it's a small lake, and you got several anglers, and I think the fish might shut down a little bit, depending on we're getting wind today. I think if we get some wind, it'll bite a little bit better, but for the most part, it's gonna be pretty tough today.
What are your thoughts on? Are there going to be any current today? Have you seen any current in practice?
It's slowed down quite a bit. After those rains, it picked up a little bit. It didn't pick up as much as I thought it was going to. I mean, the lake's already down quite a bit still, so I didn't notice that it came up a whole lot after the rain. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of current today.
Well, if you were going to give it a weight to win today, what are your expectations?
I think 18 to 20, something, 17 and a half might, but I think some guys are going to find a few good ones, and probably going to take around 20.
Yep.
Too many good anglers.
Charlie, did you get any practice time?
Yeah, I had Friday good practice, caught a few, but it's like Chase said, it's a grind right now, and I think, like I said, because it's such small body water, there's a lot of folks out there practicing, so it's kind of got them drove down, I think, and they're just kind of in the bushes hiding out. We got to get down there and get them.
Well, if you were going to give it a weight prediction, what do you think it's going to be?
I'm going to say 18 would be a good day.
All right. What about on the amateur side?
I'm going to say about 12, 14 pounds.
Okay. Pro side, what do you think is going to get a check?
Pro side on I'm going to say 15 pounds.
15 pounds, so a lot of just good fish caught.
Yeah, and I think so, and I think it's just, we're going to have to slow down and take our time and, make every cast count.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Here with Hunter Bogman, Millwood champion from this year. Hunter, whenever we decided to come here, and I come up here early in practice, I realized that this place is similar to Millwood, but with no vegetation. What are your thoughts?
Man, fish is really good. It seems like every time you catch a fish, it's 2 pounds plus. There's not a lot of little fish I've caught. It's hard to find them. If you find them, you catch several. So fish is somewhat similar to Millwood.
What are your thoughts on what are the main tactics going to be today?
I think there'll be a few people find them out there on the ledges and stuff, but flipping and throwing a square bill, I think is what most people will be doing. Maybe a little top water.
If you were going to give a estimate for today on winning and getting a check on the pro side, what's it going to be?
A lot of boats. 18 or 19 to win, and 13 I think will make a check.
All right, it's been pretty close to the rest of the guys. What about on the amateur side?
And when you find them, you find a lot of fish. You may take 14 or 15 to win and 10 or 11 to make a check. I think, when you do get around them, you can catch several fish.
Are you going to fish main lake or upriver?
We'll start on the lake, and we'll go up the river later in the day.
All right, buddy. Here with Cody Reed before the Mr. Bass of Arkansas on Lake Nimrod. Cody fishes this lake all the time. Cody, tell us a little bit about what you think it's going to take today.
Catch 15 to 20 pounds, you're probably going to cash a check.
Get a check. So it's going to take 15 pounds, get a check. What do you think overall weight's going to take?
Overall, I don't know. This lake's been in a little bit of a slump. The high water this spring, the coldness, and it just knocked them all down. You're just going to have to get 5 bites and hopefully you get the right 5.
What are the fish doing right now, do you think?
I think the other day from the coolness nights we had, cloudier days, it's knocked them. They've become a little up. They're in between stages, being deep and shallow. You just find them here and there.
What's the key things that they're eating right now? They eating shad? They eating bluegill? What are they trying to eat on?
I believe they're eating the shad.
Eating all shad. What are the if you were to pick something or pick a lure that's going to win today? I don't want to give yours away, but just keep it keep it vague. What do you think? What lure is going to win?
Hitting the bank with that Texas rig worm.
In the bank with a Texas rig worm, fishing shallow. How shallow you need to throw it?
Throw it on the bank, drag it off. Find them deeper banks. That way you're covering a variety of depths.
All right, buddy. Zach Talbert, you get any practice time?
I've been up here quite a bit. Last Well, since Washington, I've been coming every weekend.
Yeah. What's your best day so far?
2 weeks ago we come up here and we put over 40 fish in the boat, and best 5 would have been about 17 pounds.
17.
Yeah.
That's what Charlie was saying a while ago. A lot of 3-pounders probably
A
caught.
lot of 3-pounders. The biggest fish I've caught out of here so far is right at 4. We've caught a handful of those, but a lot of 2 3/4 to 3.5 pounders.
Well, if you were going to give it a weight prediction today, what do you think it's going to take to win?
I think somebody's going to have 18 or better, 18 to 20, and be a lot of 14 to 16 pound bags.
Yeah. On the to get a check on the pro side.
14, 15 pounds, I think.
Okay, that's good. On the amateur side?
Amateur side, I think somebody will bring 15 in to win it.
Okay. Alrighty. What do you think the main baits or forage? What's going to be going on today?
Big worm and probably a lot of topwater, a lot of buzz bait, flopper.
Alrighty. All right, Spencer. Last qualifying event. You're 20 points ahead. Tell me a little bit about your year first, and what do you think you can do today, and what you need to catch to finish it out.
Yeah, man. Had a very, it's just been a very blessed year. I haven't had any great tournaments yet. I think 4's the best I finished at Hamilton, but 13's the lowest I finished, and I was at Dardanelle. Yeah, I mean, anytime you come out against these group of guys and be leading the points and going into the last tournament's great, because I mean these are definitely some of the best fishermen in the country come out of Arkansas. I mean, you can look back over the record years past. I mean, the best basically have come out of this state, and so yeah, it's great. As far as going in today, I feel very confident. I've had the best practice I've had out of any of them yet. And with a little luck and things go right, I feel like I can catch a really big sack today. So, but we'll see. I mean, anything happen. This is a smaller lake. I think it's going to fish pretty tight, depending on where you're at. And we'll just have to see. But I definitely feel very good about it for sure.
What do you, if you were going to give an estimate on what it's going to take to win on the pro side and get a check today on the pro side, what's it going to be?
Man, coming into this one after as good as it was 2 years ago, 9-foot drawdown, and then as bad as it was, it seemed like this fall and past summer, I figured it would probably only take about 15 to win and probably 7 get a check. But now, after coming back up here this past week, I'm going to say it's going to probably take mid-20s to win and probably 15 to get a check. Honestly, I mean, that's from what I've seen. It's pretty good. I mean, there's definitely, it's very doable to catch a 30-pound bag out there today if you get the right bites.
What are your thoughts on the amateur side?
I would say it's probably going to take 17, 18 for sure. Especially if a guy gets a guy that's on them on drops, kind of like how I'm fishing, and there's not, it's not necessarily a specific spot. There's just fish out there just kind of roaming around everywhere in a 30, 40-yard stretch. You can catch them. I mean, Monday, the guy that come with me in practice and the guy on Wednesday come with me, they both had 17, 18 right behind me, and we weren't, I'd just pull up on spot, catch a couple and move, but yeah, there's a lot of fish out there to be caught when you're around them. So a guy like that could probably 16, 17 pounds went out of the back for sure.
All right, well, good luck to you, Spencer. Appreciate you fishing all year, and hope you can close it out, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Drop that low. Drop that
We are here with our champion from Lake Ouachita, the Mr. Bass of Lake Ouachita #2, Brent Toon out of Oklahoma. Brent, tell us a little bit about how it's going today.
Well, they ain't on the whopper flopper today.
Dang.
Now I've got a couple on it. Got one on a worm. Tim's had a better day going than I have. He's lost a couple of good and one giant and one about 5.
Dang.
And then got one in about 5 and a couple of decent ones to go with it. But we're still too short of a limit apiece.
Yeah. Well, if you get a second, you want to show me them things?
Yes.
It'd be awesome. What do you think's changed so far, Brent?
I think a boat traffic was up in the river and those shallow fish are just not. They was eating that whopper flopper the last couple of days, and those shallow fish have just really turned off of the topwater bites. They're still shallow. He was throwing that worm. He was throwing that worm behind where I was throwing that whopper flopper, and he was getting bit up there in a foot of water.
Yeah.
I mean, the fish are there, but they're just not wanting to come up and eat that topwater.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I lost 2 bigger than that one.
Yeah, he lost one, sure enough.
One good one.
Big. And then turned around and caught that one right there, and lost another one, broke him off there. Matter of fact, you was over there asking us how many we had.
Yeah.
He broke it off.
Broke off right there.
Just after you asked us that.
Golly.
So we're around them. Getting them in the boat's been a different story.
We're just trying to grind out the last, few hours, see if we can find the limit. He caught one, definitely over 4. And then right after that, I caught one about 2, 3. I caught another one, it was 2, and then he caught another one. And then we left, went up river, came back, pulled another one out, and here we are, trying to find the last few.
Yeah. Well, what's been the main deal, Lucas?
We caught ours early on top water, and then later in the day we moved out a little deeper, throwing big worms.
Yeah.
Slowed down a lot. Got a little tough on us.
Yeah.
Just need a couple more. We've got good size, we just need more numbers. Fill it out.
Both of you got a good size?
Yeah. I actually got fish this time.
Sweet. You want to show them to me?
Didn't feel too bad.
Couple chunks.
Not bad. Well, first I caught mine back to back, and we kept seeing shad balls, and after he threw his worm right in the middle of it, let it sit and jarred back on that one. Best part is we caught all those without a net.
Yeah.
So his big one was interesting because he goes, man, I'm not gonna be able to boat flip. It's barely hooked. And he mean barely hooked. He barely caught the lip of it. And so I'm sitting there trying to both hands flipping it in the boat, and got in the boat, got the hook undone, put him in the well, and then right after that I caught mine. He goes, man, you need help? And I'm like, no, I got this. I boat flip it, hits the deck, the hook falls out and hits the gunnel. He comes running off the front deck, pounces on it. He goes, man, it's gonna be one of them days. I tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. He's been a great boater, and hopefully we can find a couple more to finish it out.
Now Lucas is a hammer, putting the co-anglers on them.
Yes.
Pulled up with Mr. Brad Morgan and Jackson O'Shea. Jackson O'Shea here on Lake Nimrod. Brad is from down Lake Millwood area, Ashdown, Arkansas. What do you think about it, Brad? How's it going so far?
Well, my man back there, he's got a good limit. I got 1, 2, or 3 pounder. Seen 1 or 2 more of them get off. Should have had a lot more than we got, but he's gonna do good. He's gonna do well.
He's gonna do real well.
Yeah, he's gonna do well.
Well, you put him on them. Jackson, you want to show me some of them?
Yeah, I can pull a couple of them.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing. Maybe a little different than you know what Brad's doing this morning.
I mean, I was throwing a little bit shallower, running crankbait. I'm throwing a 200 series Bandit. He was throwing a square bill, and I mean, he's probably catching about 6 inches of water. I didn't think that's going to be up there like that.
Wow.
I mean, he was just literally, as soon as it hit the water, he'd set the hook.
Exciting, huh?
He's got 5. He's going to do well.
There you go. One about to jump in the boat here. There you go, Jackson. Here, let me zoom in one more time. Hold it up there. There we go. All right. Cool deal.
Yeah, he whacked him this morning.
Been main lake stuff for you, or?
Yeah, it's been I got a bite yesterday on right over here on a point across from us, and just a bite. And I told him, I said, I ain't got much to go on, but I got a bite on one point. We'll go there and start. And they were there this morning. We pulled up. He caught those 5. I caught that 2 or 3 pounder. I had another 2 or 3 pounder on. It got off, but it was pretty. First 30 minutes for us was great. You know, just got lucky. Pulled up on the right spot at the right time. I guess it's a good spot. Spencer said he come over there this morning or a while ago and said that's where he was trying to start, and I was already there. So I guess I got lucky.
Well, there you go.
just got a good point and started on a good point.
Well, if you were going to give it an estimate of what it's going to take today after you've seen this morning, we're about halfway through the day, what do you think it's going to be?
I told him this morning, I still think 16, 15, 16. Spencer's got 15. Said he caught them all offshore. I don't know. Lots of guys upriver. We went upriver. You can't even find a lay down to throw on up there. So we come back down. I still think 16, 17. Spencer's looking tough. Jamie Black was way upriver. Said he could have had 15. Let a lot get off.
Yeah.
He's got 5. So the guys are catching them.
Yeah.
But like Spencer said, he said it seems like once you get on them, that you're on them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like this morning, they're bunched up.
Right.
And when you find that bunch, it's just bam, 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 and then. But when you're not on them, you're not on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead water.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead water. A lot of dead water.
All right, well, we'll get out of y'all's hair, and y'all go finish out that limit, Jackson. Good luck to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, is it any different than what you expected?
No, some of the obvious stuff I found that they had them decent. Everybody's been on it, but all the real good tucked away stuff I found, we've had it all to ourselves, you know. I just haven't caught any big fish, man. I've got a couple 4s, a couple 3s, and one about 2 3/4. So, just look for that begging, you know. Getting bites hasn't been an issue. We catch them. I mean, there's 5, 6 spots I'm rotating. Catch 2 or 3 fish about every time we fish them, or 8 fish. But a drop like this here, I mean, I haven't been getting any bites down on drops like this, but when you get one, it's been a pretty big fish, you know. Just caught a 5.5 right here the other day, so I thought I'd pull over and try it.
Todd, how's it been for you?
I got 3. Could have been better.
You lost a big old giant this morning.
Huge.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Part of it. I had another one hit me right at the boat, right as I was picking my rod up. Fish came through the boat and out the other side.
What?
I mean, it wasn't. That's a keeper. What do you do?
Yeah.
One of them days.
There's more than enough fish out here to win. It's just getting them to bite. so many places full for me, and a lot of them roaming. I've still got 2 or 3 schools I have to fish yet, Galvin. One of them, right out there we pulled on earlier this morning. We caught, what, 3 there, and had a couple more bites, and I left them real quick. But we're going to pull back out there and fish again here in a minute. Should get better around 1 o'clock. It should pick back up again. I would think. I don't know. I mean, it's not like they've ever quit biting. It's just the fact that I haven't had a good bite in an hour. And I've caught a couple of fish, but it hasn't had a good bite. See the next cast.
You told me this morning, maybe mid-20s. Do you think it's changed a little bit?
No, I don't. I mean, if somebody gets the right bite, you can have that, I believe. I think if you got 18 pounds, you have a shot, though, for sure. It may not even take that much, but the fish is still in here to have a mid-20 bag, no doubt. I mean, you can pull up on one drop, catch 5 pounders. I mean, that spot's out here somewhere. Just pulling up on the right time. I got 2 places that I found Wednesday that I was banking on today, and I've caught fish off both of them. Both times I fished it, I haven't had a good bite there yet. So when I hit it, caught a couple good ones there. It was like 2 o'clock, so I'm hoping that maybe they'll, they weren't there yet, But there again, stuff like that. Catch 1 or 2 off of it, practice, and maybe it. I mean. I don't know, man, just keep rotating the stuff I've been doing, fishing the same way that I've been fishing. Hope that eventually I'll luck into a 5 or 6 pounder or 2. And that's all you can do. I know I'm doing the right thing, there's no doubt about that.
Well, I think there's a load that's been lightened off of you for sure. I mean, if you've got the the weight that you just said, I'm pretty sure you're gonna you've sealed up the AOY.
Yeah, I've got 15 pounds, maybe a little more, but I'm not worried about that. I want to win.
Right.
I like to close it out with a win. And this is the best I've felt about one yet this year, besides Hamilton. But even as good as I know that place, and as well as I was on there, weather factor is a big player that time of year. For that place, having wind and fronts and stuff. But here, it's not really a factor. And I found them out here offshore, exactly where I wanted to, and have caught some really good ones out here in practice. And like I keep telling him, I mean, eventually, surely we're going to pull up on one of these places and we're going to catch a begging or 2. I mean, it's just due to happen. I mean, I've got 110% confidence in exactly what I'm doing right now. It's just getting her to bite. That's the whole thing. I mean, I come out here and practice, and you might go an hour down one of these drops and never get a bite, and you catch 2 in the next 10 minutes, and they both be 4.5 to 5 pounders. It's just, there's not any wads of them. There's a couple places where you can get 4 or 5 bites real quick, but most of it's just 1 bite here, or 2 bites here, and no bites for a while, and then you catch another one, later on. It's just, a lot of it's timing too, I'm sure, on these places. We've seen a couple of fish where we've been coming down through. We've seen a couple blow up right off the break, but we have not had a bite down through here yet. It's the only spot that we've stopped on so far today that we haven't had a bite on. But not right here is where I caught that good one the other day. I had another bite there that I shipped off, so we're just gonna keep grinding, man. That's all I know to do. Keep grinding.
Well, tell us your thoughts on. I feel like you've sealed it up with AOY. Barring any kind of catastrophe, anything crazy. I don't want to jinx you or nothing. Tell us a little bit of what that means to you.
Man, a lot. Especially Dad. Of course, I've been on tour, once, but trying to get back to there as soon as possible. But Dad started out in Mr. Bass, and he won AOY 8 years in a row out here, and so it's there's a lot of history in the family with it, all together. But just the fact of the quality of fishermen that's out here fishing this trail, that's the thing. If you can you can beat these guys, you know, you beat the best. There's no doubt about it. And there's a lot of good fishermen. Fish, you know, a bunch of different circuits, teams, and pro-ams, but there's no doubt the best are fishing this trail for sure. You know, just the ones that think that they've got a shot to win, you know, every day that they're on the water. So, you know, to beat them is definitely an accomplishment, you know, to me.
Right.
Like I was telling you this morning, I mean, there's no doubt the best fishermen in the country come out of our state. You know, I'd say a big percentage of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some great ones, and even competing at a higher level, still fishing against the group of guys we have in our state, you still, you know, consider yourself fishing at a very high level, because most of the guys out here fishing could compete nationally, no doubt.
What do you think contributes to Arkansas having some of the best anglers?
Just the fact we got so many varieties of fisheries, you know. You can go to Millwood and catch a frog and punching, flipping, and stuff, and then you got a lake like Washita where it's drop shotting, spy baiting, A-rig, deep football head, you know, super clear water. Just makes a big difference. The types of fisheries we have, for sure. You have to be good at all of it to compete. You can't just be good at one thing or two. You've got to be good at multiple patterns in order to compete on all the lakes that we go to.
Well, I know Kristen's been rooting for you. What do you got anything to say to her?
Yeah, I mean, she's been real supportive this year. I couldn't do it without her, for sure. Most support I've had from a significant other ever, you know, and that makes a big difference. That when you do have a bad day, you know, you come home and she makes it better, no doubt. And that's a big difference, you know, because we have a lot of rough days on the water. Doesn't matter how good you are or who you are, you're going to have rough days. I mean, even when you're on it, you know, you're going to have bad days. But it makes a big difference when you get to come home and you got good support and stuff. And I do. The whole family, you know, they know what I'm trying to do. And it's just one of them deals. It's like this year, you know, I haven't had a boat in 2 years for stuff that, you know, went on. And it's just like this year was one of them deals, just like when I was a co-angler. That last year I fished as a co-angler, I knew that was going to be my last year to do it, because I was just pretty much tired of doing it out of the back of the boat. And that was the first year that they gave a boat away to co-angler of the year, and I just went out with the mindset, you have to win it. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no second, nothing. I mean, you have to win co-angler of the year so you can get to the front of the boat, because I knew if I won the boat, that was $40,000. They'd take care of the entry fees, no doubt. And I did. And so it's just like this year. I haven't had a boat in 2 years, and I'm sick of having to borrow a boat and not getting to practice when I want, you know, like I want. And so I come out with the same mindset this year, and yes, I've got to win, because having a boat for a year would be huge for me. You know, I can fish everything I want and practice for it when I want, like I want, and not have to worry about somebody else going and maybe slowing you up or hindering you in any way. And so that's been the mindset I've had all year, you know, with this trail, same way. Feels good, man, to accomplish. Instead of going, you accomplish it, no doubt.
All right, well, we're going to leave you guys to it. Good luck to you. Todd, get you a couple more big ones, buddy.
It'll happen.
All right, see y'all later. So tell us about your day. We were with Chase Peak in our intro video for Lake Nimrod Wildcard event, and he was wrecking them. We lost the camera and didn't get all of it in a video, but I'm gonna try to find that camera. Chase, tell us a little bit about your day and what maybe is different from the other day.
It's a lot different. Started on the spot upriver and didn't get a bite there. Went to another spot not too far from that one and caught 3 small ones. I've got a limit, not worth much. And it's just been tough today. That's a big
live action.
No, they've been hard. I don't know, the bite's terrible. We're not getting many bites.
Yeah.
I mean, I've pulled one time, and it's tough. Just gonna try this out here on the ledges the rest of the day and hope for a big bite. You know, a big bite will go a long ways right now.
Well, this morning, you know, we were talking, you were thinking 18, somewhere in there, you and Charlie both. What do you think it'll be now?
Man, I honestly think right now 16, 17 is looking pretty good. I mean, I think it'll take 12 to get a choke. Unless I'm wrong, but I mean, I've hit a lot of good spots today and we just can't get any bites. I don't know.
Brian, what are you thinking? You got any?
Man, I don't even have a fish, so
dang.
I mean, I can't even say I've had a good bite today. So it's been rough.
You got a seine in front of you.
Not like it was Friday, for sure.
Yeah, well, I seen it Tuesday, and it was Unreal Tuesday,
Right.
so.
I mean, those fish, I just don't think they're biting. No, I think they're still there. I mean, conditions are a lot different than Tuesday, but I don't know, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Trying to cover water now.
All right, well, we'll get out of your hair. Good luck to you guys. Up next is Jamie Black out of Sheridan, Arkansas. He is the owner of Black's Custom Lures. If you're looking for a buzzbait, I promise he has the buzzbait. And I seen 2 pros today throwing a Jamie Black buzzbait. Good limit of fish for Jamie today. Gonna jump up in there, I think real close to the top 10, 10.02 pounds. Jamie, tell me a little bit about how you caught them.
Well, that should be about 15 or 16 because I lost 3 good ones on a whopper plopper. And I took the whopper plopper off and stepped on it and lit it on fire, and then I put my buzzbait on. I caught the rest of them.
There you go. Well, Jamie was in second place. I went around and I seen Spencer today, and I'm pretty sure he's got you there. But we heard you had lost some, and it was a good race all year. I know you're proud with second place for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer's like fishing against the FLW Pro, so I mean, he's the man, so I'll take second.
All right, buddy. Good job, Jamie. Thanks a lot. Up next on the amateur side, Jackson O'Shea. I heard he has a really good bag out there today from the amateur side. He is one of our high school anglers. We have quite a few high school anglers that come fish with us. This is one of them. He's going to be here for a long time fishing with Mr. Bass of Arkansas all over the state. He has a real respectable bag out of that back of the boat, 8.76 pounds. Jackson, how'd you catch him?
I found a square bill and a DT10.
All right, buddy, go get some more goats. See you at the Classic. Up next is Brad Morgan out of Ashdown, Arkansas. He was his boater, Jackson O'Shea's boater today, only coming with 1 fish today, but I know he's happy to see Jackson catch him. I know he wanted to see him catch a big one at the end of the day. Tell us how he caught him.
He was doing the same thing I was, throwing a crankbait. I was throwing out deep, and he was, 6 inches of water, and he'd catch them. And then last hour, we got out here in the deeper water and just fan casting. It just seemed like he could catch them. That kid can catch them. You're right. You're going to be seeing him in the future. He's a good kid.
That's awesome right there. 2.86 pounds for Mr. Brad Morgan. Up next is the limit man himself, Chris Huselton. He is the reigning AOY from 2017, and I know he wanted to do it this year. He had a little off year, was on them a couple times, and just couldn't make it all happen this year, but I know he's ready to get to the Classic because there's nothing better than an AOY except maybe a Classic championship, and he's got both, so this is going to help him make sure he stays up there. 13.52. Chris, tell me how you caught him.
I caught most everything on a chatterbait. Backwaters off the river. Not a lot of fish in the backwater, but I just had to get away from some people.
There was a lot of boats up there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chris. Up next is Mr. Adam Wright from Benton, Arkansas. He's got a limit of bass coming to the stage.
good limit of fish. Respectable for Adam. He has a total of 10.44 pounds. 10.44. Adam, how'd you catch some?
I caught him on a 10-inch old monster worm and white horn.
Summertime fishing. I appreciate you, Adam. Boat number 36 going out today, Chris Darby. He was leading our AOY race on the amateur side by 37 points coming into this one. Pretty sure he just needed to catch him a few fish, and he is going to secure that up. He has got 7.90 pounds, 7.90. Tell me a little bit about what it means to you to be on the back of the boat. Unusual for you, fishing Mr. Bass of Arkansas and basically winning AOY.
You know, I come in this whole thing just doing this to relax, get away from the grind and the pressure of everyday guiding, and just got back to the basics of it.
I'm sure you learned a little bit, no matter what. Even as good as you are running around here fishing as a boater, I know you still learned something behind some of these guys you fish behind.
Oh, every day I was out there, I learned a lot.
I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, buddy. Tim Allen coming to the stage on the amateur side. He's from Murfreesboro, Arkansas. He's got a 3 bass limit. It's supposed to be 5, Tim, but I know you worked real hard at them. Didn't you lose some today?
I lost one to go about 7 and another one go about 5.
Oh, Lee, that would have really put you up there because these 3 aren't too bad. These are the 3 you won if you've got 3, and it's 8.56 pounds, so you already had almost a 3-pound average. We'll weigh one for big. Right now it's a 4.8, I believe, 4.8 somewhere in there. This will be all over. Show him up there to the camera. That is a good one right there. And he lost a 7 and 1 over 5, he says. This one is going to take big bass right now on the amateur side, 5.22 pounds. So that is a good one, buddy. Up next, Michael Jenkins from Greenbrier, Arkansas. He's on the amateur side. He's got a 5 bass limit out of the back of the boat. Ooh, that one hurts a little bit whenever I go to pick that thing up. This is a good one. You might have a big one to weigh, huh? He's got a big one to weigh too. This is going to be this is going to be scaring the leaders here. I promise. This is almost bigger than pro side. 16.10 pound on the amateur side, taking the lead from everybody. Get that big one out of there. Hold them for you. Showed up to the camera right up there. We are going to post this weigh-in on our Facebook page. Put him in there. We'll see what he weighs. Big bass for Mr. Michael Jenkins is 4.82 pounds. 4.82 pounds. You open it. I'll put him in there. 4.82. Tell me a little bit about how you caught him, Michael.
Big red worm.
Big red worm. You can't beat it in the summertime, can you, buddy? Good job. Up next, Nathan Stratton was our bubble man going into this tournament. He was in 36th place. You have to be in the top 35 to make our classic. But you also have a chance with this event. If you're in the top 5 of the guys who don't qualify by points, you still get to go to our classic. So I know he was shooting for either one. He don't care which one it is, but he's shooting for it. 6.88 pounds. Nathan Stratton, I appreciate you, buddy. Next, Todd Brown from Little Rock, Arkansas. Todd Brown fished with Spencer Shuffield today. We showed up on him a little bit earlier today. We have some footage of them fishing and talking with us. And I know Todd was catching them a little behind him. He's got a good limit of fish. See how this shapes up, Mr. Todd Brown. It's going to jump you way up there. 12.12 pounds, 12.12. How'd you catch him today, Todd?
Dragging something, whatever I could find that he wasn't doing. Don't miss a fish.
No, he is a hoover, I promise you. Todd won our Millwood event also, so Todd is the Mr. Bass of Lake Millwood on the amateur side. Thank you, Todd. Up next is the AOY leading angler for Mr. Bass of Arkansas this year. This year, Gregor Marine is giving away a demo boat for our AOY for a full year. So all year next year, he is going to be running a free boat all year long from Gregor Marine. So we can't thank those guys enough for coming on big with us and making our trail what it is. This right here is almost certainly going to secure Spencer as AOY, so he has got that in the bag. What he's hoping for right now is that it's going to get him a $4,000 check on top of it, and maybe even a big bass. So Spencer, before I show this, tell us a little bit about your day and the year.
Well, I mean, first off, Angler of the Year was definitely on my mind, but most important is to win the tournament, And so I came up here, practiced offshore 2 days, and I found 12 schools and only had about 7 of them day all to myself. I didn't catch the quality I planned on. I'd come up here and I'd catch a couple 3.5 off spot, shake one off and move. Today, I caught a lot of 2.5 pounders, but I did get a couple good bites, and I hope it's enough.
All right, well, we're going to take my hand off of it here, and we're going to see where he ends up. He won a little tournament yesterday on Hamilton, too, so this guy absolute catches him. He's on his way back. I know he's got the support system he wants, and it's going to take him a long way. Taking the lead with 17.30 pounds. Got a big one? 17. The big fish. Hold it up there for the camera up there. Spencer's big fish is going to weigh. It's close. I'll have to check the numbers here in a second. 5.24 pounds. 5.24. Thank you very much. Can you get a picture of those back there for me?
That's the one, dude. That's the one. 5 pounder, dude. Yep. Hold on. He's over 5. Nut. Yeah.
It's your time to break free. Hold on to your dreams. Fear not, and you will see. No boundaries when you believe. Soon you will.
Okay, I appreciate you guys being patient, standing out here in the sun for just a little bit longer for me. And we've got all of them done. We have points basically done, but you can't see those yet. So you'll have to wait on those a little bit longer. I'll post them tonight, I promise. But we're going to do top 10. Make sure you guys, we get our pictures here in just a second. We're going to go through our pros real quick. Come up top 3. We're going to hear from you and talk to you about your day real quick, and go from there and go through pros, and then we'll go through our amateurs. So first place and big bass for the day is Spencer Shuffield with 17.30 pounds, 17.30, and a big bass of 5.24 pounds, $400. I know how bad you've been wanting the big trophy. You've been trying real hard for it. Tell us a little bit about it while I go down there and get it. Tell us about your year, and what you're trying to do to get back into this sport.
Yeah, this is a great trail. Like I was telling Cody this morning, that's how my dad started out, was out here on Mr. Bass, and had a phenomenal record with them. And it's just, it's hard to compete against you guys because it's by far the best in the state, that is fishing this trail. And most of the best fishermen in the country come out of Arkansas. And so to be able to compete against you guys and to win points is a big accomplishment for me, because it's not an easy one to get. And so, I mean, it means a lot to win the points and then to finish out the season with a win. I come into this one, I wasn't worried about the Angler of the Year. I knew I could fluff up and not win it, but I wanted to win the tournament. I mean, you got to come out here. You don't want to fish for safety. I wanted to win the tournament. I fish all of them to win, and I have all year. I've had some bad luck. I've lost some fish that's cost me. I don't think I've lost any fish that's cost me from winning any this year, but definitely finishing higher. And you just got to come out and give it 100%, man. I'll take this. I give it 110 every day. I'm on the water, and it's all I think about is fishing. And when I'm out there, and I give it everything I've got. You can ask my wife. I give it 110%, and that's what you got to do to beat you guys. So, yeah, I'm very blessed and excited to be able to do it.
We know you put your time in. You know, we see your wife's Facebook post. You know, she's married to fishing. We see that all the time. You know, we know she supports you like crazy, and we like seeing it and seeing you guys get back to it. And you wrapped up AOY. You got you a win this year. All I can say is you've got to get a speech ready for the Classic. Because at the banquet, you will. We're going to try to do it big time and do a full-on speech from the AOY. So get ready for that. She'll probably help you write it, but we'll get it there. So let's get some pictures real quick with our check and trophy. Grab that trophy. Next up, Mr. Billy Holt is going to win $900 today for his second place finish. And he had a big bass. Also, it was a 4.42, not quite second big bass, but I wanted to give it a note. He had 16.44 pounds total. Mr. Billy Holt, $900. Appreciate you fishing with us this year. Tell us a little bit about your day and you know, how you caught them.
I started out catching some on a buzz bait and a whopper plopper. Then I went to flipping a beaver out on the main river, flipping laydowns and trees, and caught 2 4-pounders doing that. And that was pretty much it. Really wasn't catching them in practice.
Well, I ran into you out there and you talked about, you know, you just had some bad luck this year. You'd have been doing a little bit better, but I know you've been in contention all year, lost a few, but we appreciate you fishing. We'll definitely see you at the Classic. Let's get a picture real quick with your check, just the two of us. Third place, Mr. Timmy Poe from Benton, Arkansas. He had 15.96 pounds. He also had second big bass, which is courtesy of American Termite and Pest. They do $250 second place big bass for each one of our pro events or on the pro side. So you won a total of $1,050. $950. Sorry, I don't do math, man. I don't do it. All right, get a picture real quick, and then we'll hear how you caught them. That was $750. All right, how did you catch them today? I seen you down the lake. We ran by you a couple times, and then I was going to stop on you when I come back up, but you was running the other way, and I said, well, I'm not going to chase him back down.
Yeah, caught them all in a 1/2-ounce booyah trap, a hard knocker, and 1.5 to 4 foot.
That's crazy, isn't it, up here? It doesn't even make sense, but it's, you know, you throw a trap out here, and you wouldn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, I spent my whole practice out, and my co-angler caught some this morning on a trap and pulled up on a spot to fish a piece of wood and picked up a trap, or he picked up his trap and caught a keeper, and then we sat there and caught the mess out of him. I was telling them earlier, I had a hole in my net, didn't know it, and like a 2.5, 2 3/4 head come out of it. Got him out, put him in the live well. Well, my next one was a 4. Trap came out whenever he netted it, and he's sitting there bringing it over the side of the boat, and it went right through the bottom of my net.
Oh, God, so you got away.
Yeah.
What would you have if you have that one?
18, I don't know, I had a 2-pounder.
Golly, that one hurts. Well, temperatures, come up here first through third. We'll talk to you a little bit and then move on through the rest. First place, Mr. Michael Jenkins, $2,000 guarantee. Michael Jenkins had 16.10 pounds out of the back of the boat. So, Michael Jenkins, who'd you fish with? And, you know, what was you doing?
I fished with Chuck Hamby. We started out here this morning. I caught one on a buzzbait. We went up river, way up river, and I caught the rest of them on a red bullworm, Strike King, in brush piles.
Red bullworm in brush piles. Well, you are our champion, so grab your trophy there. We'll get some pictures. Well, Michael, you made the Classic. I know you were real close to Mr. Chris Darby. And we'll have to look at the points. He was 37 ahead. I don't think there's any way you could get there because I know he had a little 7-8 pound limit today, which would have kept him in it. But tell us about your year. And if that darn fish catching machine, Chris Darby, hadn't been on the amateur side, you know, we're going to have to just kick him over to the pro side. But if he hadn't been there, you'd have had it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't fished in 3 years. I was overseas. I worked at Saudi Arabia. And I came back and said, I'm going to go back to Mr. Bass. I did it when Ronnie was doing it quite a few years ago. And from the back of the boat, it's a little hard to practice because you don't know what they're going to do. This tournament, I practice main lake, thinking I had 15 pounds every day. And then he says, we're going to go upriver. And I was like, oh, man, I'm in trouble. But you just got to have everything in the tackle box and fish what your strengths are. And that's what I did.
Well, we appreciate it, Michael. I know we'll see you at the Classic for sure, and I'm sure we'll see you again next year.
It's your time to break free. Hold on to your dreams.